This is Tamayura Web TV. I'm Nakaya Shinichi. Today, I will begin to tackle the questions of what the Hitsuki Shinji is and what sort of message it contains. The original manuscript, which Tenmei Okamoto transcribed, is written in an unusual script full of Japanese phonetic characters, numbers, and symbols. At first glance, it is quite unreadable. In fact, Tenmei himself was unable to read what he had written. Apparently, he believed that a high-level spirit would not give a message to an ordinary person like himself, so he neglected the manuscript for a little while. Eventually, his fellow researchers and mediums began working to decode it, and gradually Tenmei also started to realize the importance of the manuscript. I will now give a brief sketch of the Hitsuki Shinji's contents. According to the Hitsuki Shinji, we live in a world where evils predominate. All life, including human life, is full of suffering. Because the earth threatens to fall into ruin, finally a true kami has come to appear and is trying to rebuild the world. A day will come when there will be no more need for struggle and everyone will be able to live in comfort and peace. But to carry out this great revolution, we must purify our bodies and souls. While the Hitsuki Shinji is a prophecy from the Shinto tradition, its ideas run deep and it does not limit itself to any particular religious group. It reveals all the great founders of the traditions of the world: Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and Lao Tzu. The Hitsuki Shinji applies to you no matter what your background. Who is the spirit or kami who conveyed the Hitsuki Shinji? I could go into great depth about this subject, but I will keep my remarks quick today. It is a kami who has existed from the ancient past, and it is thought that it could be connected to the god of origin or the creator god who has existed since the beginning of the universe. It is written that this kami does not require Shinto-style gates or ropes to be worshipped. Torii gates and Shimenawa ropes are the symbols of Shinto. Apparently, these symbols are unnecessary. Instead, it is indicated that we should enshrine a stone and plant a sacred tree. The sacred tree, called Himorogi in Japanese, is one of the original Shinto structures and is thought to have been used in rituals since Jomon period, the long-lasting prehistoric era of Japan. In other words, the kami of the Hitsuki Shinji has been with us since ancient times. According to the Hitsuki Shinji, Japan is a prototype for the world. Certainly, the shape of the Japanese islands resembles the 5 continents of the world. Please take a look at this picture. It might be a coincidence, but the island of Honshu resembles Eurasia, Shikoku looks like Australia, and Kyushu looks a lot like Africa. What's more, Mount Fuji is in roughly the position of Mount Everest. The American Great Lakes look like the 5 lakes of Mount Fuji, and you can even find a desert in Japan's Tottori Prefecture. In that sense, Japan is a unique place in the world. Japan models the world in both its good and bad points. So the Hitsuki Shinji tells the Japanese, you must hurry up and purify yourselves first. For the world to be good, Japan must also be good. Right now, extreme weather conditions are increasing around the world. Odd things are happening on the surface of the sun too. The world economy has reached a deadlock and nobody can see the way out. The world seems to be facing a great turning point. In the Hitsuki Shinji, there are descriptions of a process we often describe as ascension. It says that only those who have polished their souls will be offered salvation, and that all things that exist will be half material and half spiritual. If human beings do not become half material and half spiritual as well, we will cease to exist. The Hitsuki Shinji is not only for Japanese people. It is intended for all the people of the world. And it predicts that many people in foreign countries will appear who will say they are already worshipping this kami. If that happens, says the Hitsuki Shinji, Japanese people who live in the land of kami will regret having neglected this kami. In my next episode, I will discuss some of the teachings preached by Hitsuki Shinji.